Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I'm gonna showcase a team that I copied from a fellow content creator, AMindJoke. I'm gonna put the Twitter and his Twitch in the description. The team is the following as seen on screen. We have SANDSLASH, we have Zard and Giratina. For the movesets, a lowland SANDSLASH with Shadow actually, with Shadow Claw, and Zard with Wing Attack, and Giratina with Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, and Ancient Power. The rest is just the normal good stuff. And yeah, we are paired up against the Swampert. AMindJoke has been really successful with this team last season. He reached a very high leaderboard position with this, I believe. And that's when I used it for the first time. And this time he's already in the 2800s. So definitely a solid team if played well. We are up against the Swampert. We switched out and I tried to catch a move, but they didn't throw. Opponent brings in Pidgeot, which isn't really a good answer for this. Mainly because we don't have the ghost moves, right? And we even get both shields barely surviving right there. And right here I am able to grab all the shields. In comes a Trevenant. We are barely hanging on there. Zard able to knock it out. We grabbed both shields with the Giratina, which was amazing. And yeah, now we have 2 shields. And while this isn't the greatest matchup, with 2 shields up, you're gonna win a lot of matchups that are not favorable. So, a lowland SANDSLASH with the back-to-back Ice Punch. This is just the Hydro Cannon. SANDSLASH not tanky, especially not because it's taking additional 20% damage due to the Shadow, but it can take a Hydro, even from a Shadow Sword. Next up, we have a Jellicent. Kinda a bit of a problem sometimes with this team, or at least I felt that it's not always great to play against it, because Bulldoze is just not a good move. And Jellicent is rather tanky, but as long as she's up, it is often fine. And I'm just using my shields right here. I'm not sure if AMindJoke would approve. He is definitely playing this team at a way higher level than I am. That is for sure. And sadly they barely live. We however catch a Surf. I would have loved to knock them out right there though. In comes the Zard. And we build up to the Ancient Power and then throw the Dragon Claw. And to my surprise, my opponent no-shields there. I would say that this is a huge mistake by my opponent. Because Ancient Power, I think, would have almost been enough to just knock them out. And yeah, they have Registeer in the back. Up a shield, they're gonna farm me down right here. And then we have 2 Pokemon which take super effective damage. So that's just gonna be top left for us. I think if my opponent makes the reasonable play and shoots right there, we have a chance, but not like this. Obstagoon in Elite, obviously have to switch out immediately. Counter uses are not what A/Slash wants to see, being double weak to it. Giratina with Dragon Breath does pretty fine against Obstagoon, especially if they stay in, then we're going to be able to get it quite low, and a lone SANDSLASH can hopefully avoid it. In comes the opponent's own Giratina. But yeah, we're gonna reach some Dragon Claws, which will put a dent into the Giratina. And they end up not throwing. Well, that's fine. Worst they can have is usually Shadow Sneak right here. And it's just an Ancient Power. And their switch timer is very much misaligned, which is good for us. That's why they wait the switch time right here. I immediately switch to Zard. Night Slash is not the greatest move. Even Zard, which is on the squishier side, is able to tank that. I'm going for a Dragon Claw right here, hoping to knock it out. It ends up barely surviving, just like the Jelly. That's a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, they do have a Trevenant in the back. And we're gonna grab a shield right here. And now we are up a shield, which we're gonna have to return because we do fear the Shadow Ball right here. But with the energy advantage already, we're gonna be able to get to double Ice Punch, which will knock them out. There's a CMP die. We can just safely shield. It's just a Seed Bomb, but just shooting there is definitely correct. And Obstagoon gets Shadow Claw down. You don't see that too much often. Alright, next game. Looks like I had some bad cutting skills right there. We are up against the Trevenant in the lead. Especially with shields up. This is a very good matchup. Opponent goes for the Seed Bomb bait. And then they throw another move. I was kind of surprised. Seed Bomb is resisted and doesn't really do much. In comes the Zard. Even though Zard is a fire type, with it not having that fire fast move, this is actually pretty fine. And you see how much damage we did. We also resist the wing attack. Right here I'm kind of sacrificing my Giratina. I don't want to use my shield. And this is like a good way to use the Giratina for us. And opponent has Light Score in the back. Gonna get some decent damage with the Dragon Claws and the Dragon Breaths in. Taking it down to like 30% maybe. Now I'm just gonna go into Zard. This way I don't have to call any Night Slash. Right, they're just gonna throw Night Slash, but they don't do as much. It's non-stab, and Night Slash not the greatest move. They end up getting the boost, but it doesn't matter. They top left. GG. Next up against the Pidgeot again. We do resist the damage with the fast move. I do want to throw my Ice Punch before they potentially debuff us. And I do decide that I want to shield in case of a Brave Bird. I want to preserve it. And I switched, I think I guess a little bit too late. But if I remember correctly, if you switch in a decent enough pace, you're gonna be able to get to the second Blast Burn first. That's what I'm going for right here. Opponent with the Zapcan debuff, and it easily tanks the Blast Burn. Kinda disgusting, not gonna lie. And yeah, right here I'm just going to my own Giratina. Usually Registeel only carrying Zapcan and Focus Blast, so it can only hit me for resisted. And while we don't really have a great way of damaging it, we can just rely on Dragon Breath doing the job. I'm gonna come out with 100 energy. Right here I switch out because I was energy capped already and my opponent is gonna get switch advantage. So anyway, right, so there's no reason not to get an energy lead. And right here we hang on, barely surviving, and this is a massive W for us right there. The game would have definitely been a lot closer if not for SANDSLASH hanging on, and we can go for the Ancient Power. Opponent tries to catch the move, but it doesn't really matter. Even if they would have caught, I think we would have just been able to Dragon Breath them down, and that is game over. GG. I think we got a 4-1 in this set. Yeah, did we? But yeah, I've had fun with this team. I didn't play for a few days because I was in the Netherlands, and I've climbed like 200 points with this already. I think I'm in the 2600s, and there's definitely still a lot of room for improvement when it comes to me playing this team. And yeah, I think it's honestly a pretty fun team. A little SANDSLASH can be a pain for a lot of teams. Some just don't have anything against it, and they are just falling apart when they see it. So yeah, thank you much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch, and goodbye. Good luck in your own sets, and see you.